We started it in January of 2008. So I realized the world was missing a product with the turnkey properties where a professional can simply go and buy without looking for management, maintenance, real estate agents. So Smartland was a solution to this problem.
We saw an opportunity to buy foreclosed homes in bulk, directly from the bank. So in the first 6 months of our business, we bought over 100 units. We invented new demand and captured great investment partners over the years.
So by the time we're showing property to potential investors, we're so confident in this deal that we put our own funds in it.
We have built 5 divisions at Smartland to gain efficiencies: construction, investor relations, architecture and design, asset management and maintenance, as well as marketing in-house, all under one roof.
Together, we drive the company's success.
I can't really say that we find deals that others don't see. However, when we look at the deal, we find opportunities in it that others do not see.
We review, we passionately debate, we often disagree, but most importantly, we leave every meeting on the same page.
We believe fundamentally that the whole is better than the sum of the parts. Collectively, we solve problems quickly.
It's really nice to come and work with really great people. It forms a really great culture at work, and it feels like a family.
We always want our employees to love their work, their workplace, and constantly strive for excellence.
We won't design or build anything that our own families wouldn't live in.
All this leads is to a better experience for our residents, in turn, increasing their occupancy timeline. For our investors, that means greater returns.
They appreciate our unprecedented level of transparency by providing video updates, P&L statements, and balance sheets. What separates us out from other fund managers is that we do this every month.
Over 90% of our investors have invested with us more than once, and we are so proud of that.
As Smartland continues to grow, we innovate and adapt to our markets.
As we look into the future, we see new horizons. We know we have the right formula, the right mindset, and the right people to get us there.
Thank you. We look forward to working with you onward and upwards.
Good evening and welcome to our live Smartland webinar this evening. We are going to be talking about student housing and some investments in student housing. My name is Greg. I'll be your host and moderator this evening. And we've got alongside me Steve and Renee. They're going to be the ones giving you all the information you're going to need tonight. So Steve, let me start with you since you're right next to me. Why don't you let everybody know all about yourself?
Thanks, Greg. Good afternoon. My name is Steve Gesis, Executive Vice President at Smartland. I oversee our construction acquisitions department, one of our key critical components at our company. I've been with Smartland now for 9 years. I have a formal background, an MBA with a focus on finance.
Okay.
And really excited to discuss kind of the future things that we're going to be doing here at Smartland. And welcome everybody that's joined us this afternoon.
All right, I appreciate it. Renee, how about you? Tell us about yourself.
Thank you. My name is Renee Shifris. I'm part of the investor relations team here at Smartland. I really enjoy all aspects of business.
Okay.
14 years of experience in finance and real estate, working for both large and mid-sized companies. Very passionate, enthusiastic about where Smartland is and the future looks bright. Dedicated to grow with the company and provide the best experience for our investors.
That sounds great. So these are the people that we're going to be learning from this evening. And some of the things that we're going to be discussing is we're going to talk about some of the benefits about investing with Smartland. We're going to talk about investing with student housing, generally speaking, and then we're going to talk specifics about one of the projects, which is the Ohio Technical College. We'll talk about why Northeast Ohio is a good place to invest. And then we'll do a little bit of Q&A at the end as well. So anybody listening, anybody watching, if you want to ask us some questions, we're happy to take them. We'll answer those to the best of our ability at the end of the webinar here. So Stephen, we'll start with you since, again, you're sitting next to me. Why don't you tell us a little bit about Smartland, the business?
Yeah, happy to start. So Smartland is a business, been around a little bit over a decade now. We are a Midwest value-add real estate fund manager and operator. as I said, in business since 2008.
Okay.
Really excited and proud to say that we've transitioned over 2,000 doors to date.
Nice.
So we began our life cycle in turnkey single-family homes. We have grown to multifamily, and today we're going to highlight our student housing and light industrial, I guess, elements, but really with a keen focus on student housing.
Okay. Well, that's the business. I get that. But a business doesn't work unless you have a good team that supports that business.
That's right.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about the team here?
Yeah. So the team is what makes the magic happen. No doubt about it.
Mm-hmm.
And we have some amazing talent, over 140 employees at this point, an amazing culture, cup overflowing, very positive work-life balance here environment. So we really appreciate that. 5 divisions under one roof here. So we have acquisitions, development with construction,
Okay.
management, our own in-house marketing, and the most critical element to our success is our investor relations team and our ability to communicate with our investors on a regular basis. So we really are keen and focused on that.
Okay. That's great, but I'm going to put you on the spot. We just started, but I'm going to put you on the spot anyway.
Okay. All right.
I've been to a lot of real estate conferences. They all say how many doors they have. They all tell me how many employees they have. They all tell me how many years they've been in business. Tell me why you guys are different.
Yeah, excellent. So we're really proud of the fact that we're fully vertically integrated. As I mentioned before, 5 divisions under one roof. That really makes a critical difference in our ability to operate efficiently and effectively. Another very unique component that we bring to the table is a one-day renovation. So we've been working on this logistical ballet to do a complex one-day renovation on assets that we acquire. And what that means is that we'll come in and we can blanket 4 to 9 units per day, bathrooms, overhaul, kitchens, flooring, painting, and get it back to snuff all in one day. And that's been something really special that we've worked on. Additionally, bringing upscale living to our communities, printed artwork on walls, high-tech influence. So smart thermostats, smart units, smart lighting. So we really want to integrate not only what's today, but bring some real groundbreaking tech to our space in the Midwest.
Okay, great.
So actually, as we discuss that, you'll be able to see one of the key properties that we're working through right now. It's going to be our body block building. Something awesome is the pet park that we've also included there. So some of the over-the-top amenities that we're bringing to the table.
All right, great. Well, I think I'm done talking to you.
Are you sure?
I want to go on to Renee at this
All right,
point.
all right. Let's
Is that
hear
all right
from
with you?
Renee.
All
Yeah,
right.
let's hear from Renee.
So Renee, tell me, as an investor, why student housing?
Absolutely. I will be discussing 5 top points why invest in student housing. First, consistent influx of new residents, concentrated stability. Year over year, you'll have 1,500 students that need somewhere to live.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. I'm going to assume, I'm going to make an assumption. Now, I'm not as savvy as you guys, so if I'm wrong, please tell me. I'm thinking rents are probably higher with student housing, and if so, give me an example.
Yes, you are right. Rents are higher. And I'll give you an example.
Okay.
We can put up to 4 beds in a room, and it's $5.99 per each bed. So it equals to be $2,400, which equals to be $2.40 per each square foot, which is higher than a regular student housing on the market.
Great. And what about overall student enrollment? Why don't you talk about that a little bit?
Sure. In headlines, you always hear increasing cost of tuition. You always hear a dramatic rise in student debt. Student enrollment has grown year over year in the past 5 years, especially in technical college.
Okay. And if I'm an investor and I'm already investing in single housing, or I'm investing in multi-housing, multifamily housing, that is, why would I look to invest in student housing?
I would say investment diversification.
Okay.
Reduce the volatility of your portfolio over time. Balance the risk and reward of your investment portfolio. Adding student housing to your portfolio is a great way to diversify and minimize the risk.
All right. And the economy, what if it dips? What then?
Understandable question, and that's another reason. Student enrollment typically is recession-proof. meaning even in economic decline, people need education.
Right.
And in recession, enrollment and student housing increases, especially in technical schools.
Okay. All right. Well, that's the generalities of student housing. So let's talk specifics now. And because he's kicking me under the table, he wants to talk again. We'll go back to Steve. So why don't you tell us about the specific project you're working on with the Ohio Technical College?
Well, Ohio Technical College actually brings something extremely unique to the table. So it's an unearthed jewel in the middle of downtown Cleveland. And what I mean about that is that 50-year anniversary this year in 2019.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's really incredible. A lot of folks don't know that. A lot of folks don't know that there's 1,100 students that are enrolled downtown in this campus.
Really? Wow.
A lot of folks don't know that because they don't have any student housing. We'll get to that.
Okay.
But what makes them unique? They're an accredited facility. They have a motorsports institute, which is incredible, sponsored by various types of very well-known companies, Honda, Yamaha. So we're talking about, snowmobiles. We're talking about ATVs. We're talking about all those things. But aside from that, they also have an incredible diesel program. They have a corporate program, which they've partnered with Lincoln Electric for welding. So those are some small, minor highlights, but they're an accredited state program. They really bring something special to the marketplace.
And what makes them different then from other student housing investments?
Yeah, great question. So
I do what I can.
So they have 13 technical programs.
Okay.
As I mentioned, some of those programs are in the motorsports space. Typically, most of their programs are lockstep. They are staggered starts throughout the year. So the programs will be 12 to 18 months in a range. And again, they're lockstep. So as you begin the program, once you begin it, you're going all the way through and you have a keen focus on that particular niche for that particular technical specialty. Okay. So what that results in is that the students have the ability to get placed fairly quickly with employers. And the school helps with that, which is amazing.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
So yeah, they've done a lot of communal and corporate partnerships. So they really provide an amazing firsthand experience to students.
Well, I'm assuming at this point that they have some sort of current student housing, right? So tell us maybe about that and what plans they have going forward.
So this is where we hit our hurdle, right?
Okay.
So your assumption would normally be correct.
Okay.
Unfortunately, today,
but I'm wrong.
Today it's a fail.
In front of thousands of people, you're going to tell me I'm wrong.
It's a fail. It's a fail.
Okay.
So let me tell you why this what's so special about this unearthed jewel. So as I mentioned, they have 1,100 students. Mm-hmm. The student body comes from 13 surrounding states. Nearly 70% of that student body comes from 13 surrounding states. Currently, the school has no student housing on campus. For 50 years, they have been successful with no student housing.
Really? Wow.
So what does that mean for us? Not only does that mean a bright future for student housing on their campus, it brings a new edge for the school to be able to offer more student engagement for them, right?
Okay.
So currently, their students reside nearly 20 miles, up to 20 miles off campus through various third-party placement opportunities that the school provides them. So the kids coming in from out of town, the parents are already worried about them. Now you have mom and dad worried about the kids driving 20 miles to get to school through our frigid Cleveland weather in the snow.
Snowy weather, right?
Yeah. So on-campus living not only will provide more safety for these families, but most importantly, more student engagement. And what we've learned and what studies show is that more student engagement results in higher matriculation rates for schools. Mm-hmm. So there's a direct correlation for the success of not only the school, but also for the success of the project.
Right, gotcha. So tell us about the project then. What kinds of things can we expect to see there?
Finally we led up to this question. Geez, I thought you'd never ask me this evening. My gosh, I'm on the construction
I gotta warm
side,
up,
right? Come on. All right. So, as we discuss the project, maybe in a little bit further detail, what's really critical to understand is what we're bringing here for the project. And it's probably in three critical spaces, right? So we can talk about the building itself, we can talk about the unit itself, and then we'll talk about what that does for the student body. But as far as the project as a whole, we'll be updating, bringing absolutely brand new units online with new kitchens, new baths, stone surfaces, amazing, likely concrete polished floors, bringing a beautiful industrial look, kind of what what's hot today and trending in the marketplace.
You know what I heard? USBs in the bathrooms. That's what I heard.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
That's
I
good.
assure you of that. So energy efficient LED lighting, USBs in the bathroom.
Nice.
They'll be fully furnished, new windows, so it'll be very energy efficient, which will speak later on in volumes towards the investor base, right?
Yeah,
and then equally, it will be a nice and pleasant environment for the students and a jewel for the city to take on, and also allow this space to flourish. So the next most important component is going to be the common areas and what we're going to bring as far as the amenity level to the students. So everything from, high-end laundromat facilities to nice study room facilities, and likely they're going to be greeted by a robot. Did I say that? Did I say that tech-savvy statement?
Wow.
Likely they'll be greeted by a robot in the front lobby.
Wow.
So really, we want to bring as much tech as we can to this environment and to the student body.
You need a voice for the robot.
I got a guy. I got a guy. So again, but this leads back to a really critical element that we just discussed a few moments ago, and really what's pivotal here is student engagement,
Sure.
right? So the more that we can really emphasize what this will do for student engagement, the greater success and likelihood for this college to not only propel itself, but to be one of the most modern facilities in the Midwest, offering these technical programs for students look, not everybody wants to go to college, and this is that platform for that.
Yeah, great. All right, well, you know what? You've been talking way too much.
I know. You got to get away from me.
Let's talk about the investment then, Renee. Talk about that a little bit. Tell us about the acquisition, maybe some of the construction costs that are involved with it.
So we acquired the building from Ohio Technical College. It is on campus. The cost was $600,000.
Okay.
Renovation and fees will be $6,400,000, and then all-in project cost is $7 million.
All right, and then why don't you tell us then about the investment opportunity? Then?
Yeah. So after the construction, which will take about a year, it will be 42 units, 135 beds. It will be $599, and that's per bed.
Per bed, right.
The building will be about 28,000 square feet, which equals to be $2.40 per square foot.
Right.
And then it's about $1 million in yearly rent.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so for investors then, what are you raising from the investors? What's the minimum investment?
Mm-hmm.
What should investors expect back as a return on that then?
So we are raising $1.4 million total. At this time, we are about 50% committed.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Projected IRR 17%, 7% preferred. It is a 5-year project, 60 month, and minimum investment is $50,000.
Okay. And how does it compare then to other market rents?
I do want to present a few comparables to you.
Okay.
First one is the Domain, which is at Cleveland State. Their average rental rate is between $750 to $1,000 per bed, furnished.
Okay.
The other one, which is at Case Western Reserve, it's called the Triangle, between $900 to $1,300 per bedroom. And then third one, I have the Edge on Euclid. That rent is between $700 to $1,400. It is also furnished. And all those comparables are within 5 to 7 mile radius.
Okay. Well, while people were looking at the slide, Steve was doing this to me. He's like, I want to talk again. So we'll go back to Steve now, if that's okay with you. I'm going to ask your permission first. It's okay? All right. All right. So Steve, why don't you tell us about, we talked about investing in Northeast Ohio at the top of the program. Tell us why somebody should invest in Northeast Ohio.
Yeah, excellent. Well, maybe the question should have been, why shouldn't you invest? Maybe we'll get back to your question. So why invest in Ohio?
Sure.
So, a key reason, I think, raising a family. So year over year, Ohio has been rated as one of the best places to raise a family. Live, love, laugh type of space. But really fundamentally, I have my family here, raising a family, lived here, love here, and Ohio is just a wonderful, wonderful space, extremely friendly. What else? You can make fun of our cold and snow all you want, I know you do. I know people do.
Yeah.
But we have all 4 seasons, right?
We do.
And
Oftentimes in one day, right?
Yeah, sometimes in one day. Exactly.
That's the magic.
How about something else that's super critical?
All right.
Let's not forget that Cleveland sits on one of the largest fresh bodies of water in the country.
Lake Erie.
Hold on, in the country, in the world. I mean, that's what we're talking about here, right? So all major sports teams, including the Baker Mayfield dynasty coming up,
That's right.
you know, everybody's excited about. That's global
Freddie
news
Kitchens is
again.
now, yeah.
Yeah, with our main man, Freddie. And so Cleveland has been and is going through a renaissance.
It is.
And it's been felt throughout the entire Northeast Ohio marketplace. And so this is prime time to get in on an investment like this, to develop a project like this. And, you know, we always talk about major anchors, what's important. And again, getting back to why we're investing in Northeast Ohio, but it's not only by why we're investing in Northeast Ohio, right? It's who else is investing in Northeast Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
So how about major employers? Let's talk about Lincoln Electric, nearly 100 years in Cleveland.
Right.
Cliffs Natural Resources,
Right.
mining company, over 130 years in Cleveland. And a plethora of others, Progressive Insurance. Cleveland is home to Progressive Insurance. And many more. Best cardiac facilities in the world, the Cleveland Clinic. So we have people coming in globally all the time for services and for some of the biggest attractions in the world. The Cleveland Art Museum. We have an amazing cultural and arts space. So the Modern Museum, the Cleveland Museum of Art, Severance Hall with the Cleveland Orchestra.
Right.
I mean, these are all world-renowned spaces and facilities, and they are wonderful aspects to Cleveland. So another really key, awesome article I'd love to share with you. In the last week, Forbes published top 5 places to invest in 2019. Cleveland made the mark. So
Really?
yeah, Cleveland made
And
the
this
mark.
was just like
Recent.
last week. you
Last
said, right?
week.
Wow.
Last week. So with our audience,
That's cool.
if anybody would love to get that article, happy to share it. I'm sure it's going to be up on our website, and we'll make it available with our recording. But I'd love for everybody to take a look at that. You know, Forbes is finally giving us a little bit of a thumbs up.
Some props. Nice. All right. Well, you know, everything, it's all well and good to talk about it. But I think, you know, what's the old adage of a picture's worth 1,000 words and a video is probably worth 1,000,000 words, right? So we do have a short video that we want to show you. It's of the Ohio Technical College property. So we're going to show that to you right now. And then we're going to be back and we're going to take some questions if you have any. Feel free to provide those to us. We'll answer to the best of our ability any questions that we get. And enjoy the video.
Hello everyone, Tom here from Smartland, and today I want to talk to you about our latest investment opportunity. So let's just get right to it. For this next investment, Smartland is going to be working with Ohio Technical College to offer student housing for their students on campus for the first time. Ohio Technical College is in a great location. It's about 10 minutes from downtown Cleveland and about 12 minutes from University Circle. Both of those areas are currently going through a renaissance and they are highly developed right now. And Ohio Technical College is right in the middle of it all. Currently, OTC does not offer any dorms for their students on campus. If their students do wish to stay with them, their alternative options could be up to 20 to 25 minutes away from the campus. That means they're going to be commuting to campus every morning just for class, which could also include driving in rush hour traffic, which could make their drive maybe 45 minutes or more just to get to class every morning. And that is why they are working with us to renovate an underused building on their campus. The building you see here only currently has classrooms on the first floor, and then the rest of the levels are completely empty. We plan on renovating them to offer student housing. Rather than simply just renovate this property, Smartland has actually negotiated with OTC to become the owners of this property, which, just like our other investments, mean we will own it and we will manage this property in-house. Smartland has also identified and secured another property in the immediate area to fill the void, which will be near future projects. When completed, this building could offer 120 to 130 beds for the students. That's only about 10% of the 1,200 student population. Having this building right on campus is going to make it very convenient and easy for the students attending OTC. These units are going to be amazing with some high-end living options. We're going to offer social rooms equipped with televisions, library and study rooms, vending machines, workout facilities, laundry rooms for the students' convenience, and much more. If you want to learn more about the OTC project or any of our other investments that we have, please give us a call or send us an email today. We're always available.
Okay, hope you enjoyed the video. It was our pleasure to show off the property a little bit to you. Questions and answers now, so if you have those questions, feel free to get those into us. We, during the video, had a couple of questions already submitted, so we'll start there if you guys are okay with it.
Yeah, great,
Good?
please.
Okay.
Wonderful.
All right, so I guess the first question is what if you miss the main enrollment at OTC or you don't fill the building? Kind of a two-parter.
Yeah, so we talked a little bit earlier about kind of how the structure works at OTC. So one of the key components that we highlighted was that they have a rolling enrollment process.
Okay.
So they have a staggered program system, and because their programs run lockstep, and they're all niche and documented and individualized or compartmentalized programs, we don't really foresee that being too big of a challenge since they
So
have
they're not really like
multiple-
going semester to semester. There's enrollments more often than that, is that?
Yeah, that's correct. So
Okay.
there's multiple enrollments throughout the year, and that's right. It's not a semester-based system.
Right,
It's not
okay.
a quarterly-based system as your kind of, typical four-year structured colleges
Right,
would have.
right. Okay.
So because it's a technical school, they do have the 12 to 18-month lockstep program, which again also speaks to a greater success rate in their programs because there's such a key focus, and the students are coming in for that focus when they're signing up. Another part of this is that we've really spent some time thinking through this question and really analyzing what can we do and how would we do it, who can we attract, who's nearby, right? So we also spoke to anchor tenants or anchor properties or anchor businesses around us,
Okay.
right? So Cleveland State University and Case Western Reserve University are both less than 10 minutes away.
Right.
So we're not exclusive with Ohio Technical College,
Okay.
but we do certainly prefer, I suppose, that their student body fills up the dorms
First, because they're on campus there.
because they are
Right.
on campus.
Right.
However, we do have a building nearby, not too far from there,
Okay.
that has seen great success in matriculating not only students from OTC, so there is an immediate demand, right?
Okay.
But also from the immediate anchors in the area, such as Cleveland Clinic, University Hospital, and the other major employers in the area.
Okay.
So we're pretty excited about that.
Okay. Well, the questions keep rolling in, so let's get to some more.
Excellent.
When do you anticipate having the first unit complete and ready to be occupied?
Oh, wow. That's like now. So,
Okay.
So we anticipate that it's going to take us about a year to do the construction, as Renee had referenced earlier.
Mhm.
And I think it's a little bit important to maybe dive a little bit deeper into that question because there's a direct correlation. I think the other part of this question is when am I going to start seeing a return on my investment? Right?
Sure. Well, that's obvious.
So if we're projecting a year from our issued permit,
Mhm.
at that point, what we're offering investors is that it's going to be a deferred interest until we have cash flow,
Okay.
and then they'll begin to receive their return on investment shortly thereafter. So again, I guess the simple answer is a year.
Okay. And as far as the housing, is it restricted to students or can anyone lease a room?
It is not restricted to students. However, the structure is set favorable for the student body. So we do not discriminate. We're an equal opportunity provider.
Okay.
So certainly if somebody comes along and they'd like a space, it would certainly be readily available for them.
Okay. Next question, is this a long-term hold or do you plan to sell it after 5 years?
I thought we touched base on that a little bit, but if we hadn't, actually the question kind of, I guess, commands a two-pronged approach answer. And what I mean about that is that maybe let's spend a few moments on that question here.
Okay.
Is that, and you know what? I feel like the questions you were only directing towards me. What about my colleague Renee here? So we'll give her a chance. You're next.
Sure,
You're
when you're on the
Okay.
spot, he doesn't want to talk anymore.
Yeah.
Renee, handle that one.
So we have a two-pronged approach,
Yeah.
right? So it's more of a loaded question, as I had referenced. And so the project is planned to be 60 months, all right? It's got a 17% IRR performance metric that we're looking to hit.
Okay.
It's got a 7% preferred return. So at year 5, our goal for the property is either a sale to another owner, right? Owner operator or whomever is seeking to buy it, or a refinance. And we'll dive a little bit deeper into what that means.
Okay.
And what that means is that if we sell the property, all the investors will not only receive their capital and principal back, in addition to that, they'll receive a 17% IRR as defined, a 20% equity distribution, right, at sale, above and beyond any type of 17% IRR hurdle, if it exists there. And that could be in a 2x on your money in 5 years.
Okay.
The alternative exit, which is still an exit scenario, is a refinance. So we'll refinance it at year 5. Okay. All the investors, again, in this scenario, receive their principal back, along with their 17% IRR hurdle metric that we had set forth for this project. And then we'll further receive a greater prize in return, which is a 20% equity distribution in perpetuity with the property.
Okay.
So that alone is an amazing, amazing incentive. But in either case, it is a 5-year plan.
And is the property in an opportunity zone?
Oh boy. So this is so hot for
particular one, yeah.
2019, right? So this was such a hot topic in 2018. However, I got to bust your bubble. This particular project is not in an opportunity zone. However, what I have to say is that we have a big pipeline of projects set forth for an opportunity zone designation. Those properties, as well as qualified opportunity zone fund, we plan to launch right around the end of Q1 of 2019. If there's some sort of additional interest in opportunity zone, we really encourage you to email myself, Renee, Tom, anybody else on our investor relations team.
On our team, absolutely.
Yeah, to discuss a little bit more about that. So opportunity zone fund is coming down. Also the pipeline. This is not it today.
Okay. Well, I'm going to take special delight in asking you this question.
Me or Renee?
You.
Oh, boy.
Because although she can answer it if you need her to. You were so quick to point out my 2 mistakes tonight. I'm gonna ask you about Smartland's biggest mistake in the past 10 years. Tell me about that and tell me how you guys handled that mistake.
Yeah. Our biggest mistake.
It's my favorite question of the night.
There's no such thing as a mistake.
Right. Oh, that's true.
A mistake is an opportunity to learn and educate yourself on how to do something better. Right. So if I want to highlight the biggest mistake that has then resulted in our greatest success, that was our core business, where we began as a property management business.
Okay.
So in 2008, when these doors opened up, we offered a retail property management business, which offered investors throughout the entire world an opportunity to have a trustworthy and knowledgeable and hyper-local individual manage their asset for them. What was the number one challenge in that? All of the driving external factors. And what did that mean? That meant an egregious amount of very cost-prohibitive exercises, activities, not only for owners, but us as a business. So in 2014, we sold our property management business. And that was a critical moment in our life cycle. And why is that? That wasn't because it was a mistake. Because that was a moment where we learned what that hurdle looked like, the huge administrative burden. And what was the solution, right? The solution was a cohesive and standardized system of acquisition, development, construction, and management that offered 5 vertical divisions, right? Then it standardized all of the finished products, right? So the same lighting products, the same flooring products, painting products. We partnered with some of the largest corporations in the world to figure out what the proper solutions would be. And why did we do that? Because we found a mistake in our process. Scattered site uniqueness does not offer not only full accountability, but consistent returns. And once we're able to solve that mistake in our life cycle, what we deliver to the table is a consistent year-over-year return in multiple teams to our entire investor group. And that is what is amazing. And if you watched our opening video, Eric, who's one of our investor relations guys, mentions that something that we're incredibly proud of here. Over 90% of our investors have invested with us more than one time.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's something we're very proud of.
And you should be, absolutely. So somebody, one of the viewers is asking now, how did Smartland get the project? Why did the technical college choose you guys? And was it a competitive bidding?
So maybe I'll speak to that again. I was more on the forefront with this. We saw an opportunity. We saw that there was a gap in the marketplace.
Right.
We approached the college on this. We brought the idea to the table. We worked with them hand in hand. Our staff developed a viable project to help couple what they have already built and really make it something special and bring that new edge in marketing to bring housing to their campus was something that we saw was missing and lacking. Now, we knew that they had a deficiency. We have residents in our property management cycle that rent from us that are students at Ohio Technical College. And we found out that there is no housing. So this was a perfect prime example of where we can really, really turn up the dial on what we're great at and offer the college a product that not only they don't have, but something unique in that neighborhood that doesn't exist.
Right. So you saw a void and you filled it.
Yeah, and we're really excited to do that.
All right. One of the viewers, one of the potential investors, hopefully, is asking if we visit Cleveland, can we tour the building and see the project?
Renee?
Absolutely. Actually, it is very common for our investors to visit our company. We usually take them out to see the city and the current project that they're interested in.
Right.
So we welcome that. Absolutely.
That's great. Why don't we talk a little bit about the track record of Smartland? Can we do that?
Yeah. So, as I said, we have a vast history, 10 years now. So our evolution has been amazing. And the staff has grown, the company has grown, but overall our track record has been consistent over the years, and we typically have a quick 3 to 5 year turnaround timeline on most of our investments. Consistent year over year, mid-teen returns to investors, and as I mentioned earlier, we're really, really proud that we have to date repositioned over 2,000 doors. And we really, really specialize in this hyper-local knowledge base here in our marketplace. And we take great pride in it.
Okay. And we talked about contacting Smartland. What's the best way for potential investors to contact you?
Well, I know Renee is really anxious to tell us about our new website and our one-click investing. Right?
Absolutely. And we have also included my email and I believe Tom Ott, who's another investor relations rep. So, and through our website.
And the website is?
Smartland.com.
Smartland.com.
Really easy.
I could have answered that one.
Come on now. So not only is it Smartland.com, but if you visit our new private equity page, what's really cool is check out the tech, right? So we talked about the tech,
right?
Not only the tech in our units, but what about the tech in our own house here? So investors can log in. They can simply one-click invest. They can choose how they'd like to invest. They can invest with simply their checkbook, self-directed IRAs, trusts, savings, cash, any one of those means by simply visiting our website or communicating with one of our awesome investor relations staffers.
Sounds awesome. You guys make it easy.
Easy, super easy.
All right. This is something that, Renee, I think you talked about already during the course of the program. Probably is a good thing to bring it back up again so people are reminded of it. Talk about the minimum requirements for investment again.
It is $50,000.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Any other questions? Anybody want to provide us a question? All right. So once again, the current project is Ohio Technical College.
That's right.
It's in Northeast Ohio. We learned that Forbes magazine just last week named this area as one of the best places to invest in at this point.
Correct.
That's right.
So,
That is correct.
and then you guys can provide the link for that magazine article if anybody needs it. And great. Anything else you guys want to contribute before we sign off for the evening?
No, thank you so much. This has been wonderful.
For the
Thank you
time,
to
yes,
all of our
absolutely.
listeners and everybody who's joined in. And thank you
All
so
right.
much, Greg.
Please feel free to
Appreciate it.
reach out with any questions.
All right. Everybody, we appreciate so much that you tuned in this evening. We wanted to provide you the best opportunity and the best information that we possibly can about the current project with Smartland. It's the Ohio Technical College right here in Cleveland, Ohio. As Steve eloquently told us about during the course of the program here, it's a wonderful investment opportunity. It's a void that's there. It's a niche that you guys are able to fix. So we are very excited about it. We hope you are excited about it as well. And we hope to talk to you folks very soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
We started it in January of 2008. So I realized the world was missing a product with the turnkey properties where a professional can simply go and buy without looking for management, maintenance, real estate agents. So Smartland was a solution to this problem.
We saw an opportunity to buy foreclosed homes in bulk, directly from the bank. So in the first 6 months of our business, we bought over 100 units. We invented new demand and captured great investment partners over the years.
So by the time we're showing property to potential investors, we're so confident in this deal that we put our own funds in it.
We have built 5 divisions at Smartland to gain efficiencies: construction, investor relations, architecture and design, asset management and maintenance, as well as marketing in-house, all under one roof.
Together, we drive the company's success.
I can't really say that we find deals that others don't see. However, when we look at the deal, we find opportunities in it that others do not see.
We review, we passionately debate, we often disagree, but most importantly, we leave every meeting on the same page.
We believe fundamentally that the whole is better than the sum of the parts. Collectively, we solve problems quickly.
It's really nice to come and work with really great people. It forms a really great culture at work, and it feels like a family.
We always want our employees to love their work, their workplace, and constantly strive for excellence.
We won't design or build anything that our own families wouldn't live in.
All this leads is to a better experience for our residents, in turn, increasing their occupancy timeline. For our investors, that means greater returns.
They appreciate our unprecedented level of transparency by providing video updates, P&L statements, and balance sheets. What separates us out from other fund managers is that we do this every month.
Over 90% of our investors have invested with us more than once, and we are so proud of that.
As Smartland continues to grow, we innovate and adapt to our markets.
As we look into the future, we see new horizons. We know we have the right formula, the right mindset, and the right people to get us there.
Thank you. We look forward to working with you onward and upwards.